Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel for another session of grooming the goats. This is Racing for Home Farm Jacey. You've met her in our Meet the Goat series. So if you haven't seen that one, go check it out. We talk all about Jacey. Today, I think we're going to talk about vaccines. It's on my mind because I need to vaccinate the whole herd today. And their health in general, right? I always think it's nice to remind folks about how to maintain and handle goats if you have them, and if you don't, well, maybe it'll be a little educational. So today I have to vaccinate the whole herd, and it's one vaccine every year. It's not a big deal. I can do it myself. The vaccine is sold over the counter. It's short name CDT. I'll have to put it in the bio or in the description box because I will absolutely butcher the scientific name for what it is vaccinating against. But it is vaccinating against 3 different things. The T being tetanus, which is an important vaccination. C being colloidstrom pathogen. Oh, well, I told you I would butcher it, and why am I even trying? So I'll link it. I'll put it in the description box if I remember. And if I don't remember, just look it up. It's CDT. At any rate, so yeah, they get that once a year, and that is pretty much their all-inclusive vaccine. It is an injectable. I do need to give them a shot. It goes right in their rear end, it's called subcutaneous. It doesn't have to go in the muscle. So it's not that painful. It's one little stick. They don't like it, but they get over it. Now, typically, I do that. Sorry, had to move the muck bucket. I do that with the help of Farm Hubby. Today, I'm on my own, so it'll be a little bit more of a rodeo because I'll have to hold them a little still. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect aim, right? I just have to get it kind of in the goat. And I've got them what I call short pitted, right? They're kind of close to the barn right now, and they don't have the access to the pastures at the moment. I do that when I'm going to be grooming because it's just easier to catch whoever I need. They're not there that long. It's not a big deal. It's not a small space. They still have their full pasture run. They just don't have access to the big pastures currently. And that's the best way for me to be able to lay hands on all of them, right? So we'll vaccinate them all this morning, get them done. Not a big deal. The other vaccine that I do give the goats is their rabies shot. And that is not a requirement in the state of New Jersey, at least not at this time. Goats are not necessarily super susceptible to rabies. And of course, you know, the odds that they're going to encounter a rabid animal and it's going to, you know, get near them, slim to nil. But it's still, you know, it's such a terrible disease. It's absolutely worth the vaccination. That has to be administered by a vet. So my vet does that during our annual visit. It's a piece of cake, not a big deal. It has never been something that a non-licensed veterinarian can give. And I have no issue with that because I think the documentation to the state and the confirmation that it was given correctly, that the vaccine wasn't expired, are all important. And that's another thing, right? So a lot of people, dog breeders included, save money by vaccinating animals themselves. And that's all well and good if you handle the vaccine correctly. The reason that most vets will revaccinate your puppy, even if the breeder has vaccinated the puppy or given you paperwork that says they vaccinated the puppy, is because the vet does not know if that vaccine was effective. They don't know how it was stored. They don't know if it was maintained at the proper temperature, if it was given in the proper place. if it was given at the proper time, right? All those things come into play. And yes, there are amazing breeders out there that absolutely do everything right, but it's hard to differentiate those from the ones that don't. So when I vaccinate the goats, you know, I have a fridge that I keep that's kept in our tack room. That fridge is on our home generator, so it doesn't lose power if we lose power. I maintain the temperature in there. I monitor it, right, to make sure that it's maintaining the temperature in there. And I always use vaccines that are at least more than 6 months prior to expiry. And that's critical, right, to make sure it's effective, it does its job. Otherwise, all you're doing is wasting your time sticking a needle in a goat for no reason. So that's vaccines. That's really all it is. It's 2 vaccines a year. The babies need a booster shot. They get 2 of the CDT before they head home. And then they need their rabies from their new owner's vet if that owner chooses. Again, it's not a requirement. The CDT really is a requirement. So 2 little sticks a year, 1 from the vet, 1 from me. The rest of the year, maintenance and health is really about checking. It's really about looking at them, laying hands on them, making sure their hooves are maintained correctly. The hooves are so important. If their hooves get out of shape, it can affect their gait. If their gait is affected, it can create problems with their joints and their bones and their structure. You know, it just be like similar to if you had, I don't know, we'll call it a giant bunion or something that caused you pain. So you started to walk funny, you favored the other foot, you might start limping, you might lean, you might, you know, end up with a problem in the other knee because you're using more weight on that side. It can cascade, right? So you want to take care of those things quickly. So that's why I'm pretty diligent. I'm not perfect, nobody is, but I'm pretty diligent about keeping their hooves maintained. Why is everybody dancing on this side today? That's so funny. So yeah, keeping their hooves maintained, making sure that I take a look at how they are shaped, how their hoof wall is, how they're feeling. Is there any pain when I touch it, right? Thankfully, I really don't have those problems. I haven't come across abscesses or anything else. But that's really, when you talk about goat maintenance, those are the things. This breed is a special breed with a longer coat. It does require coat maintenance, but if you're not dealing with a longer coat, it's hooves, vaccines, and just standard like awareness of their body condition and them. Another goat that might need special care is a cashmere goat or an Angora goat. Those are fiber goats, so they have coat care as well. But a short coat breed would not require the level of grooming that I'm doing here. They would, however, still require the hoof trimming, the hoof maintenance, vaccines, and then the overall check. Look-see. I mean, you saw how fast I was able to groom Jacey, right? She's in good shape. She doesn't have a lot of cashmere hanging on. So I check her eyes, I check her nose, is everything clear, no boogers, we're running, no respiratory, right? This is my chance to lay hands on her, take a look at her real closely. Now I look at them every day and I lay hands on them every day, but this is my chance to get up close and personal with some of the parts and pieces that I don't always get up close and personal with. And there you go. That's my sort of TED Talk on goat health and maintenance. I hope you're having a fabulous day wherever you are in this world. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We'll see you at the next one. Bye for now.